Now, Atlanta is one of the many US cities to have seen protests since the killing last month of George Floyd. And around the world, thousands of people have joined marches against racism. The BBC's Clive Myrie has the report.
George Floyd's death was an American tragedy that sparked an outpouring of anger and soul-searching.
We don't want no more police.
But look at the faces.
We are done dying!
It wasn't just Black America that was appalled, but white America too. This is a seismic shift in attitudes towards police brutality and racism. It was a point addressed by one Black veteran civil rights activist at George Floyd's funeral, who'd marched side by side with Dr. Martin Luther King.
Back in the days when I used to be part of marches, all the marchers were Black. But now, there are white people who know the story. And there are Hispanics who know the story. And there are Asians who know the story.
It's the denial on the part of much of white America that racism is widespread and real that's helped perpetuate the discrimination they claim doesn't exist. Listen to Charlie Sykes, a former right-wing talk show host and staunch Republican conservative.
If you're a white American, you might think, okay, this happens, but it's random. It's a few bad apples here and there. But I think that what you've been seeing over the last couple of weeks is the recognition that it's not just a few bad apples. It is systemic. It's incredibly widespread. And that this, this situation, in fact, we've been in denial on it.
I'm thinking, say their name.
Penny Sitz lives in one of Minneapolis's comfortable suburbs, 3 streets away from the police officer who knelt on George Floyd's neck. For the first time in her life, she's been taking part in street protests with her family.
What has surprised me in the past week has been seeing how widespread the abuse is and the brutality is. This is something I had no idea about. I knew it happened in a few big cities, but I did not think it was as widespread as it is.
George Floyd's brutal death held up a mirror to this country, and most Americans didn't like what they saw. If lasting change does come, it will be because of the sacrifice of one man who managed to bridge a once unbridgeable racial divide. Clive Myrie, BBC News.